Kenya Moore, a prominent figure on the Real Housewives of Atlanta or RHOA, has taken a stand against Bravo, the network behind the hit reality show. She's claiming that Bravo is responsible for some problems on the show. But what's got Kenya so fired up? Let's break down what's going on. Fans of the Real Housewives of Atlanta often express their disappointment, claiming that the show has lost some of its original charm. Many believe that the most iconic stars have moved on from the cameras. Nevertheless, there's usually at least one housewife that captures everyone's affection. While some find Marlo Hampton uninteresting, there's a dedicated fan base that holds her dear. On the other hand, some viewers argue that the show now heavily focuses on Kandi Burruss, Drew Sidora, and Kenya Moore. For some, this is a welcome change, but others grow weary of seeing one housewife dominate the screen. Interestingly, Kenya Moore seems to share her own reservations about which housewives receive the spotlight and how it's distributed. Those closely following her have noticed she's been taking shots at Bravo lately, and it seems she's not done voicing her concerns. On Twitter, user @thecarterfiles raised a point about season 15 of RHOA, noting that the show seemed to avoid showcasing Kenya's growing hair spa business, focusing on other aspects instead. They particularly mentioned Kenya, Drew, and Kandi not attending Marlo's event, which was featured on the show, and fans seem to agree, expressing their desire for more Kenya and labeling Marlo as less interesting. Kenya responded to this observation by quote-tweeting and explaining that she wasn't invited to Marlo's event, but was invited to a last-minute rebranding storyline event. She also mentioned inviting the entire cast to another event she hosted, where everyone attended, but it didn't make it into the show, leaving fans confused. This confirmation seemed to support fans' beliefs that Bravo might not be giving Kenya the same treatment as other housewives. Theories began circulating, with one fan suggesting that Kenya was receiving the NeNe treatment from Bravo, implying that the network might be hesitant to let any housewife become too prominent. Others speculated that there might be a personal issue between Kenya and the production team, given her recent criticisms of the network. In July 2023, NeNe Leakes made an appearance on former Housewives producer Carlos King's podcast, where she opened up about her tumultuous history with Andy Cohen, Bravo, and NBC. One of the most significant revelations in this two-part interview was NeNe's belief that the network deliberately phased her out of the show. She claimed they did this by reducing her screen time, offering shorter filming contracts, and suggesting a lower salary than she believed she deserved. Interestingly, it seems like history is repeating itself with Kenya Moore. Kenya had high hopes that her newest venture, the Kenya Moore Hair Spa, would be prominently featured on the show. Allegedly, the entire cast and some friends of the show attended the salon's grand opening with cameras rolling. However, when the episodes aired, producers included only a brief clip of the salon's journey from construction to completion, leaving Moore disappointed. Kenya Moore took to X, formerly known as Twitter, to vent her frustration about her business not receiving the spotlight she anticipated. She expressed her dismay that other housewives, especially Kandi Burruss, had their business showcased throughout the season, while she received only a snippet of airtime. In the early episodes of the season, viewers got a glimpse of Sonia Richard Ross's Momination fundraiser, Kandi Burruss's movie project with her husband Todd, her restaurants, and the launch of new products from her brand Bedroom Candy. The show even took us inside Marlo Hampton's boutique L'Archive. However, a recurring criticism from fans of recent seasons is the limited focus on the housewives' personal lives. Kenya Moore further highlighted this issue by sharing on X that her daughter Brooklyn's birthday party didn't make it into season 15, even though many children from both current and past housewives were in attendance. It's clear that Kenya Moore is not holding back her frustrations, both on social media and in interviews, regarding her current role on the show. This has raised questions about whether she will return for season 16, or if she's lost interest in having a prominent role. One thing is for sure, Kenya has a strong desire to stay in the spotlight and doesn't take kindly to being pushed to the sidelines. In the midst of this brewing drama, a newcomer to Real Housewives of Atlanta, Courtney Rhodes, has also spilled some hot hot tea regarding Kenya Moore's alleged behavior during a conflict within the cast. Courtney accused Kenya of mistreating production staff, recounting an incident where Kenya allegedly used inappropriate language and engaged in inappropriate behavior towards a member of the production team during a trip to Alabama. Courtney didn't mince her words, labeling Kenya's actions as inappropriate and emphasizing the importance of treating everyone with respect. Eric Fuller, the showrunner responsible for overseeing productions of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, or RHOA, and The Real Housewives of Potomac, or RHOP, has chosen to respond to the allegations and criticisms in a direct and clear manner. Through a brief Instagram story, he addressed the ongoing discussion by stating, "I'm not an editor. I don't make casting decisions. I don't choose what scenes make it or not. If you're going to come for me for what I'm responsible for." Initially, cast members faced threats due to on-screen drama, but now the situation has escalated to a concerning levels as individuals are directing threats towards the production team of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Season 15 of RHOA faced its fair share of criticism, with fans expressing discontent about various aspects, including the storyline and cast. With the season 15 reunion on the horizon and rumors swirling about a potential RHOA reboot, fans, producers, and cast members are all eagerly awaiting what's next for this iconic franchise. However, some fans have taken their frustrations too far, prompting the Bravo PR team to step in with a statement. A Bravo representative stated, "Bravo strongly condemns threats and online attacks against the Real Housewives of Atlanta producers and urges people to please stop." Regardless, critics have pointed fingers at the RHOA production team. While quirky editing has been appreciated in the past, something seems amiss with the production quality this season. Confessionals appear dimly lit or oddly angled. Group trips seem budget-friendly, and the storytelling feels disjointed. Fans are missing the fun and group resolution scenes they once enjoyed. Additionally, some housewives appear to be reading from teleprompters in their confessionals, adding to the cringe-worthy moments. In the midst of a reboot, The Real Housewives of Atlanta is generating buzz with rumors of a major cast shakeup. While the final decisions are pending, the producers are aware of declining fan support. This uncertainty has cast a shadow of doubt over longtime RHOA stars like Kenya Moore and Kandi Burruss. Kandi Burruss, a franchise veteran and the highest-paid housewife, faces an uncertain future on the show. Her substantial paycheck, though well-deserved, might strain Bravo's finances. Replacing her with a newer, potentially lower-cost housewife could be a cost-saving measure for the network. Kandi might be better suited for her own spin-off show, possibly focusing on her dynamic family or the group escape. Many argue that Kenya Moore should stay on board due to her inspiring journey in building her empire and her knack for adding humor to the show. Marlo Hampton is another contender for the reboot, appreciated for her villainous role but encouraged to bring more lighthearted shade and less seriousness. Sheree Whitfield could return as a friend of the main cast, adding humor and nostalgia with a less captivating personal storyline. Portia Williams, known for her humor and willingness to call people out, is a fan favorite for a comeback. Bravo has reportedly been trying to woo her back with a generous paycheck, although Portia has kept the door slightly ajar since her 2021 exit. Kim Zolciak's disinterest in filming and connecting with the other ladies hasn't earned her many fans. Her reported success in cosmetics and her children's achievements suggest she can thrive without the show. To inject new energy into the cast, there's talk of introducing 4 fresh housewives with diverse backgrounds and personalities, allowing for genuine connections to develop without strong ties to the current cast. As The Real Housewives of Atlanta potentially undergoes a makeover, these speculations have fans eagerly anticipating the show's future cast dynamics. However, no one from the current cast has received official notice about a departure. A source mentioned that nothing official has been decided, but insiders suggest that the production team is considering fresh faces to spice things up, potentially without a complete cast overhaul. Bravo plans to assess the situation after the season and reunion episodes air before making final decisions about the new new cast. What are your thoughts on Kenya Moore's role on The Real Housewives of Atlanta? Do you believe she should continue as a full-time housewife, be downgraded to a friend of the show, or do you think it's time for her to exit the franchise? Let us know in the comments. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for all the Hollywood tea and drama. If there's juice to be had, you can count on Miss Juice to bring it to you.